Hi there, everybody. My name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company passmyinterview.com. And in this tutorial, I'm going to answer the question that I get asked continuously every week. How do I overcome interview nerves? So if you have an interview coming up and you are nervous about it, you really want the job, but you are concerned about your performance, please do watch this video from beginning to end. I've got some great tips for you, so stick around. Take notes and I will teach you how to overcome interview nerves. Now, before I get into those tips, as usual, a very warm welcome to this interview training tutorial. My name is Richard McMunn. I've been helping people for about 20 years to pass their interviews, and I do that by giving you tips and top scoring answers you can't find anywhere else to the interview questions that you will get asked. Please do subscribe by clicking the red button below the video, and I would also very much appreciate it if you gave the video a like. That always motivates me to create more content for you. Thank you very much. So let's first of all take a quick look at the common reasons for interview nerves, and I'm pretty much sure one of these at least will resonate with you. Reason number one for interview nerves: a lack of self-belief. You don't believe that you can get the job. This is common. I can tell you now that pretty much everybody else who's going for the interview will feel the same. But if you watch this from beginning to end, I will make sure that you do have self-belief by the time we reach the end of this tutorial. The common reason for interview nerves number two is that you have little or no work experience. This is pretty common. I don't have any experience of work, therefore how can I get the job? Well, I'm going to tell you during this tutorial that this is actually an advantage. If you are in that position where you have little or no work experience, or you have no experience in the role that you're being interviewed for, this can work to your advantage, and I'll tell you how to use that. Common reason for interview nerves number three is you're not very good at interviews. So you've not been to many interviews, therefore you're concerned about your performance. Well, first and foremost, they have invited you along to an interview, so they are interested in you. And how you perform at the interview is not indicative of how you will perform in the role. So there will be a little bit of leeway for interview nerves. But again, as we progress through this tutorial, I will make sure that you are good at interviews and you know what to say and you know what to do. Common reason for interview nerves number four: you're worried what questions they will ask you. Again, this is common. And this is an important one because people think, I don't know what questions they're going to ask me. And you're sat there waiting for that question to come up and you are really nervous. Again, everybody is in the same position as you. However, if you and I do a little bit of research, we can find out what questions you are going to get asked during your interview and we can prepare fully for them. And I'm going to tell you the questions that you will get asked, pretty much guaranteed, especially the first two questions. Now, if you think about this, you go along to your interview and you know what question they will ask you at the beginning. You can prepare your answer and that boosts your confidence massively. So we'll cover that as well. And the final thing, common reason number five for interview nerves: you really need to get this job. You really need it. Everything is riding on it. Therefore, you make yourself nervous and you can't perform to the required standards. Again, this is normal. You are in the same position as everybody else. So please take comfort in that. You are not alone by feeling nervous. So let's have a look at each one of them and let's tackle them. So the common reason for interview nerves number one is that lack of self-belief. So what you say during your interview will demonstrate that you do actually have self-belief. The only person at this moment in time that knows you don't have any self-belief is yourself. They don't know that, the interview panel. So what we say during the interview is very important because we can demonstrate to them that we do have self-belief because words are powerful. So practice saying the following sentences and then use them during your interview. So take notes, and if you need to pause the video to write these down, please do so. So you're at the interview and say, I am enthusiastic, hardworking and committed, and if I'm successful, I will make sure I contribute positively to your team quickly. You can say that at the beginning when they ask you the question, tell me about yourself. But if you say that to me, I am not thinking you haven't got self-belief. So just by saying that and practice saying it in a positive manner, I am enthusiastic, hardworking, and committed. And if I'm successful, I will make sure I contribute positively to your team quickly. So there it is. You can write that down, pause the video if you need to. The next thing to say, I am really keen to work for your company and I believe the skills and qualities I have are a strong match for this job. I am really keen to work for your company and I believe the skills and qualities I have are a strong match for this job. Again, if you say that to me, I am not thinking this person hasn't got any self-belief. So there it is. Again, if you want to pause the video and write that down, please feel free to do so. Let's have a look at the second reason. The common reason for interview nerves is you have little or no experience. This is very common. A lot of people post on my channel at CareerVids and say, I've got no experience, I've got an interview tomorrow, I'm really worried. Please do not worry. Having zero experience is actually going to work in your favor. I would much rather employ someone with no experience who is enthusiastic and motivated than employ someone who's got bags, years of experience, but they're not very excited about the job. If you have no experience, I can really train you up, providing, of course, you are positive in nature. So if they say to you, we're a little bit concerned about your lack of experience, say the following: my enthusiasm, my motivation, and my loyal approach to my work more than makes up for my lack of experience. That is one sentence that if you say that to me or to any hiring or recruiting manager, they will be impressed with. My enthusiasm, motivation, and loyal approach to my work more than makes up for my lack of experience. So again, if you want to pause that and take a note of that, please do. Or you could say, because I have little experience, this means you can train me up to be the model employee you need me to be in this role. That's a great thing to say. Pause the video and write that down. Because I have little experience, this means you can train me up to be the model employee you need me to be in this role. So that means that you're new, you've got little experience, but you are positive, enthusiastic, you want to get going. Therefore, they can teach you, show you what to do, and make you that model employee. So use it to your advantage. Common reason for interview nerves number 3, you're not very good at interviews. Well, join the club. The majority of people who go to interviews are not very good because they don't go to that many interviews. It's common. The hiring manager is not expecting you to be brilliant at interviews. They want to see enthusiasm, positivity, and also they want to see that you're committed to their organization. So the important thing, if you've not been to many interviews and you're worried about your performance, is have your answers prepared for the first 2 interview questions, because this will massively boost your confidence levels. If you practice your responses to the common interview questions, I'm going to show you what they are in a second, then your confidence will be high and that will set you up for the rest of the interview. Because if you go along and you answer the first question and then the second one, you're away, you are up and running. So the first question is going to be, I can pretty much guarantee, tell me about yourself. You walk into the interview room, you don't sit down in the interview chair until they invite you to do so. That's good manners. You shake their hands, you look them in the eyes and you smile. Hello, pleased to meet you. They say, sit down. Welcome to the interview. Okay, let's get started. Tell me about yourself. Practice your question. Practice your answer to that question. Here's what to say. Pause the video and take a note of this. I am a hard-working, conscientious and professional team worker who understands you need to employ someone who will hit the ground running. I am self-motivated and have very high professional standards. That means every job I complete for you will be done on time and to the required level. I get on with everybody. I have a cheery and positive disposition, and if you employ me within this role, I will work hard to repay the faith you have shown in employing me. That's a great answer. So you can practice that. Practice it 5 times before you go along to your interview, because I can guarantee the first question is going to be either tell me about yourself or introduce yourself to us. So you are up and running. The second question is going to be, so why do you want to work for our company? I've been interviewing people for many years and hardly anybody says the right thing. They don't know because they are focusing on the job. They just want the job. They're not bothered about the company, but you need to give them reasons why you want to work for their company. Here is a model answer to this question to boost your confidence at your interview. So why do you want to work for our company? I want to work for your company for 3 specific reasons. Firstly, you are clearly a company who has values and standards that are a match for my own. Secondly, you provide great products and services, and I would feel proud to work for your company. Finally, having carried out some research, you are a company who has ambitious plans for the future, and I would very much like to be a part of those. 3 great reasons for working for any company. Those apply for any company whatsoever. Again, pause the video and write those down if you want to. So, common reason for interview nerves number 4, you're worried what questions will be asked. And common reason for interview nerves number 5, you really need to get this job. So, it does not matter that you have a lack of experience. It does not matter that you don't have much interview experience. We can overcome those by making sure that you are prepared for your particular interview questions. So there is a link that's appeared right there in the top right hand corner. If you click that, it will take you through to this page here. Now I have listed on here 21 great answers to tough interview questions. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want to work for our company? When have you provided great service? Why do you want to leave your job? What's your biggest weakness? When have you worked as part of a team? I have provided answers to all of those questions. Also, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Do you have any questions for the panel? Trust me, what you say at the end of your interview is very, very important when you ask questions. And I've got 3 great questions for you. So make sure you study those. I've also given you more tips on the page, how to answer tough interview questions using the STAR technique, which is a great thing, by the way, for answering behavioral type interview questions. And also my 5 top interview tips are on that page as well. So, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments section below. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I love teaching you how to pass your interviews. Literally thousands of people are getting success through my tutorials and guides, and I want to carry on doing that for the foreseeable. Please make sure you subscribe, and I would appreciate it if you gave the video a like. Don't forget to click that link and get my 21 great answers to tough interview questions. You have a brilliant day, and I wish you all the best for passing your interview. Thank you very much.